Okay, if you're ready to really invest in your voiceover career and your freelance voiceover business, or maybe you've got someone special who takes their craft really seriously, today we're going over some premium gifts that can totally transform a recording setup. We're talking top-tier microphones, pro-grade gear, and tools that make your daily workflow smoother, faster, and more profitable. Hi, my name is Amy. I'm a more than 15-year veteran of the voice acting industry, and today we're dreaming big. I've got 8 top-tier gifts that any voice actor would love to unwrap. I'll have links to all the items I'm about to talk about down in the description if you want to check them out for yourself. I will say as a side note, many of those links are affiliate links. Doesn't cost you a single thing if you choose to purchase any of them. But what it does do is help support this channel, so thank you very much in advance. All right, first up, we're going to talk about some studio quality mics that are worth the splurge. And if you've ever wondered what separates a good mic from a great mic, this is where the difference truly shines. And we are going to start with the creme de la creme for those of you really wanting to go all in. And then I'm going to give you another couple of pro quality options that are still excellent top tier choices that have a slightly more moderate price tag. So let's start with the big one. If you've watched this channel for any length of time, you'll know that I always recommend and use the gold standard, the Neumann TLM 103, this beauty right here. No, the price tag is not small. Usually comes in around $1,200. This is a serious investment, and truth be told, it took me many years of doing voiceover work before I was ready to invest that kind of money into a microphone of this standard. But this is a studio legend, literally. Clean, detailed, silky smooth sound. This mic is used in professional recording studios all over the world, and it is one of those buy it once, use it forever tools. So yes, while it does have an eye-popping price tag, if you're serious in this business and ready for a big upgrade, I can't say enough about this microphone and how much it is worth the investment. If, however, you want something that's either A, something that's in the same quality range but just under $1,000, or if you prefer a directional microphone instead of a cardioid condenser like the Neumann TLM 103, then I would absolutely recommend a Sennheiser, specifically the Sennheiser MKH 416. On sale, you can get this for just over $800, so it's a few $100s less than the Neumann. This is one that's often called the Hollywood standard. It's a shotgun microphone that is a dream for commercial voiceover, or if you just really want to cut down on ambient sound in your recording space and you want something that's going to directionally point right at you and pick up exactly just what you are saying. This is a terrific microphone. The sound out of it is absolutely crisp and beautiful. I highly recommend that if you're looking for something under $1,000, and particularly if you'd like a directional microphone. If you want a high-end microphone that is super popular, but without spending quite so much as you would with the Neumann, then you are absolutely going to want to go with a Shure. Specifically the Shure SM7B or the SM7DB. I'm going to tell you the difference between those two in a minute. The SM7B is a workhorse. It is versatile for both broadcast and voiceover. They bill this, you'll see it on their branding. They bill this as the microphone you've already heard. Many podcasters use this. Many voice actors use this. It's a terrific microphone, and we're talking under $500. So this is a big jump in price difference, not necessarily the quality. The SM7B is a great microphone specifically for its price. The SM7DB is a newer version that is exactly the same microphone, except it includes a built-in preamp, which means you don't have to buy a separate interface for this, meaning and the SM7B, a lot of times people need a cloud lifter with that, which helps boost their gain a little bit for a little bit of better sound. The SM7DB, you won't need a cloud lifter with that, and it's got a built-in preamp. As I said, this is the mic you have seen and heard all over YouTube or on your own favorite podcasts. It is definitely a great option. So whether it's the Neumann TLM 103, the Sennheiser MKH416, or one of the Shure SM7Bs, the original or the DB, these three microphones are kind of the ones that voice actors, podcasters aim for. Someday, I want one of those. Or if you collect them, maybe you want them all for different situations. But check those out. They would make terrific gifts. Now, of course, a great microphone deserves an equally capable setup to support it. So outside of the SM7DB that I just mentioned, which has its own preamp, if you have a top-notch XLR microphone like the other two I just mentioned, you're going to want a top-notch preamp or audio interface. Now, I happen to use Audient. I think Audient is a great line of interfaces. I use an Audient preamp. My specific one is the ID22, which might be a little more robust for some people. So if you're looking for an Audient that's got great quality, but something that's a little more basic than the ID22, which is what I use, but is still wow-worthy, I recommend the Audient ID14 Mark II for the way to go. This comes in usually under $350, so it's pretty reasonably priced. It's got crystal clear preamps. It's got really smart design. It makes this a favorite among really seasoned professionals. Audient has a long history of great audio products and interfaces. I love it. I've had mine for years, and it powers my microphone really well. It's very quiet, delivers clean audio, really easy to use and set up. It looks sleek. I like the look of it. Now let's talk about some key software additions to your workflow. If you consistently host live directed sessions, client meetings that are face-to-face, maybe you do some VO coaching and have students, maybe you do content creation, maybe you do a combination of those things, you need a StreamYard subscription. Ditch the Zoom subscription. I've actually used it's what I did. I have used StreamYard for a few years now, and it replaced my Zoom subscription because of the terrific features that StreamYard offers. I like its interface a lot better. It's much more easy to use. There are so many more options with it. I find it easier for guests as well, whether it's clients that I'm talking to, whether it's, students or colleagues that I'm talking to, if I'm doing an interview, that type of thing. So if video is any sort of component of your business at all, then a 1-year subscription for StreamYard is a great gift to get someone, because the annual price for a StreamYard subscription comes in just over $400. I have mentioned in other videos that a lot of the products that I'm discussing have terrific gear, and software tend to have great sales around Black Friday, Cyber Monday, Prime Day, whether it's in October or in the summer. So check those out as well, because you could get a really great deal on a year's worth of a StreamYard subscription. And I would bet the person in your life who uses StreamYard regularly would really appreciate having that. Now, if you're at a point that you really want to level up your studio, your potential client base, and the professional services that you offer, then either purchasing a subscription or doing an outright buy-in of Source Connect is definitely going to be on your wish list. If you do a Source Connect subscription, a standard subscription, that's going to be an annual subscription price of about $385. Or if you go with Source Connect Pro, which is the one-time buy-in, you then have to purchase the licensing every year, but the one-time buy-in usually comes in around $650. Whether it's a subscription or a purchase, this is a phenomenal thing to either treat yourself with or purchase for a voice actor. Because if you're recording remotely for clients, which is basically what we all do, Source Connect, I'm going to use this phrase again, this is the gold standard for real-time studio quality sessions. This is a virtual studio where you connect and your client connects, and they have the ability to do all of the mastering and mixing in their studio in real time while you record. It is a game changer. If you are a member of voices.com, one of the things that you can add in your profile is that you offer Source Connect. And by opting in to, hey, I offer Source Connect on voices.com, it will give you access to some higher paying auditions and clients. And overall, whether you work on voices.com or not, more professional studios and clients worldwide use Source Connect for the really serious industry work, because a lot of that work is being done by a production company who has an audio engineer who wants to be able to mix and run your audio in real time while you're recording, exactly like they would do if you were physically in a recording studio. And so getting into Source Connect is something to seriously consider. It's not inexpensive, but it would make a great gift for yourself or for someone else. Before we move on to the next premium gifts for voice actors that I want to talk about, I've got something for you that's absolutely free for you to get in on, and that is by signing up for my weekly newsletter. It's all about the voiceover business. I bring you weekly tips, tricks, and truth about running a freelance voiceover business, what it means to be a freelance voice actor. I give you weekly voiceover challenges. I give you real-life stories from behind my microphone, and you get exclusive access to some deals and discounts that a lot of members of my community take advantage of. So do yourself a favor. Sign yourself up for free using the link down in the description, and I look forward to seeing you there. Next, I want to give you 2 product upgrades that can really make a difference in your day-to-day work. And the first is going to be this thing that I am sitting in right here. In my video of gifts under $250, I gave you a really decent, affordably priced ergonomic desk chair. Well, this chair is kind of next level. This one in particular is an X chair. Specifically, it's the X Chair X2 task chair. I'm telling you, this is comfort on a whole new level, and I didn't believe it until I bought one. It's ergonomic, it's supportive, it's built for really long recording sessions, editing and mixing sessions, or if you're even someone who isn't in the voiceover business but just sits and works at a desk at home for a long time, this is the chair to use. It's the chair I use. I've been using it for years now. I don't currently have the headrest attached, but it is so comfortable when it's there because this has the ability, if I unlock this has a zero gravity float, which, even just doing that, it takes so much pressure off your lower back because of that zero gravity ability. Here's the deal. This was the gift that I bought for myself when I made the transition from being a part-time voice actor doing this as a side gig, as a side hustle for years. When I made the transition to going full-time with this freelance voiceover business, this was the gift I bought myself. And yeah, it comes in around $1,000. It's not an inexpensive chair. It has been worth every single penny. The lumbar support moves with you so that it's not stiff. That lower back lumbar support moves as you move so that it's always engaged correctly against your lower spine. It's got this terrific foam support in the seat that's really, really comfortable. I have the upgraded caster wheels on it that are absolutely silent. This chair doesn't make a sound, which is so important while I'm recording. And it would absolutely be a total game changer for anyone who sits for long periods at their desk all day. I recommend the X Chair X2. Now, we've talked in some of my other gift guides in this series, gifts under $50, gifts under $100, gifts under $250, about the importance of good acoustics in your studio. And I've given you some room panels to consider. There were budget ones. There were kind of really upgraded ones, the Auralex. But for the finishing touch for professional acoustic room treatment, you need to get some bass traps. Bass traps are the things that go in the corners where your wall and ceiling meet, in those corners, and frequencies, particularly low-end frequencies, get stuck up there. I particularly recommend these Auralex bass traps. No, they are not inexpensive. That's why this is a premium gift, because this kind of takes your acoustic room treatment to the next tier. But they absorb those low frequency reflections that really muddy your sound, helps to clean up those corners along your ceiling, where good sound waves kind of go to die because they get stuck up there. They come in some great colors. Obviously, I love the purple. I love that they have these in purple, but they do come in black. They come in burgundy. They come in a number of different colors. You don't need many, which is good because they're not exactly cheap. But these definitely add a tremendous balance to your room treatment design, and I definitely recommend taking a look at those. Now, if you've been following along with this whole gift guide series, you now have options for every single budget, from $50 all the way up to fully professional setups. And if you found this series helpful, I hope that you have hit the like button on these videos, subscribe to the channel, and I also hope you share it with anyone else that you know who's into podcasting or content creating, or specifically wants to be a voice actor as well. There are some really great ideas to add to your wish list in each of those videos. Check those out. Drop a comment down below and let me know what's on your wish list at any price level as a voice actor. And we'll be back again soon with some more great freelance voiceover tips and guidance right here on Mastering the Microphone. I'll see you soon.